But my soil is finally thawed out and I get to plant my Greenstalk out today. So I spent a day last week and then today filling my Greenstalk containers, and I filled the bottom with twigs and sticks and whatnot just to take up a little room, because I do have the deeper style Greenstalk. I'm gonna have to remember what the name of it is, but I'll link it below, along with a couple inches of composted humus and soil on top. So all of them are full. I have 2 Greenstalk planters, the 5-tier original planters, and we've been here a month now and I really don't have much in the ground. So I have my trusty seed organizer. All right, so I have my trusty seed organizer, one of many, and this one happens to contain a lot of my greens and cool hardy crops. So I'm trying to pick through and decide what I want to plant in these guys. First up, I think we're gonna get some choy in. I have, let's see, I have a pak choy, a purple bok choy, purple lady. This one's from Baker Creek. And then I have a tatsoi, which is a rosette style bok choy. And this one is from Botanical Interest. So I think they are gonna take up a layer. So each layer of the Greenstalk has six protrusions for you to go ahead and plant into. So I think I'm gonna split it between the bok and pak choys. So they get a level. I have 10 levels to fill, so we'll see what we have next. I know I want to get some chard going. Rainbow chard is like one of my favorite things to grow. The color on it is incredible, and that's enough to make me want to give it almost a whole row. But so I have rainbow chard. Let's see what this guy is. Some collards. I don't think I'm quite ready for collards. We're gonna wait on those. All right, rainbow chard needs friends. And if you didn't know, chard grows pretty tall leaves. So I want to make sure I'm matching its side and I don't shade anyone out. So I'm trying to find my kales. Kale and chard are pretty similar in their growing styles. Let's see. So with my rainbow chard, let's do, I'm not a huge fan of Premier Kale. I'll probably grow that as baby kale throughout the season, but I don't like it in its large leaf form. I do like, let's go Black Magic. It's similar to a dino kale, but a little smaller. So we're gonna go Black Magic, my rainbow chard, and then, well, I just realized I don't have a variety that I need, so we're gonna have to get on that. But I'm trying to think of what it's called. Oh, blue scotch. That's what I was looking for. The purple scarlet has a similar grow to it with crinkled edges. So we are gonna use that, but I'm gonna have to also get myself some blue scotch kale. Black Magic I like a lot because you can use it in salads. Juicing it is great. It's nice and thick, so it holds a lot in it. And the best kale chips. And purple's one of my favorite colors, so we're going for it. The flavor on it is nice too, the purple scarlet kale. Okay, so there's a second whole tier. 2 down, 8 to go. Now, I kind of want to, okay, you know what, let's do spinach first. Let's see. Have you guys ever grown strawberry spinach? I can't grow it yet. It'll do better once spring really breaks here. So strawberry spinach, I don't know if you guys can see it. It grows, this packet's from MI Gardener. Shout out to the team there, miss you guys. So it grows little red berries, or I guess they look like little red berries. I don't think it's actually considered a berry. And it tastes like strawberries. So this is a phenomenal spinach to grow. If you don't have it, make sure you get it before the season starts. So I'm gonna hold off on strawberry spinach until we actually get going. But let's do, I have butterfly, which I know is a good one, also an MI Gardener seed. And then, I haven't tried this before. This is a Baker Creek seed. It's a Chinese multicolor spinach. It says it's also in the amaranth family. So, I'm reading the back as we go. I don't know, he might like the heat a little more. Maybe we'll hold on that one. Let's see what this guy says. Okay, we're gonna wait on amaranth. The amaranth spinach. Let's do the Bloomsdale. So we'll do some butterfly and some Bloomsdale, and we'll give that a whole row. So here in Tennessee, we are getting nights into freezing temperatures. And then when that's the case, I have a couple pretty thick blankets that I can just toss over because it's usually just a couple hours. Greenstalk does offer something you put over it. I haven't looked into it a great deal yet. But something you can put over your whole stock when it's in tower form. And it's like a frost cloth that fits over. That's on the list at some point. Da 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 da. I wonder if I could get some arugula going. I think we're gonna try that as well. I don't know about you, but I love arugula, and it reminds me of my grandpa. We used to have arugula salads. So I do think I might even give it a whole row because I do use so much of it when it comes to salads. We're gonna give it its own row. We're doing good, guys. We got 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 down. So I just have some other greens in here. Not a ton that I've actually tried. Some endive. Sorrel I've tried. Red veined. But I'm not going to put that in right now. It's kind of got like a citrusy flavor to it, which is nice for like a summertime salad. When you get it baby. If you get it too big, it gets quite bitter. So we're gonna hold on that guy. Okay, another must for you to get prior to the growing season is I am in love with pink celery. So an MI Gardener packet, the pink bloom. They're just so beautiful. If you have not picked it up, please do. Anywhere I can add a little pop of color to the garden is all right by me. Let's try some sprouting broccoli. So sprouting broccoli doesn't grow just your normal one head floret. It actually puts off multiple little florets. And I have a few varieties. I will do purple. And then let's do spring rapini as well. So this is just a green. also called broccoli rabe, which also makes me think of my grandparents' house. So we're gonna try some sprouting broccoli to see if we can get that going. All right, spinach we already looked at. Now lettuce doesn't fare as well as some of these more hardier greens when it comes to cold. Arugula is also pretty thin, so it very well might struggle a little more than I want it to, but I have plenty of seed and it's worth a shot. The leaves themselves are much more thin, more fragile. Therefore, the cell rupture that happens when your greens freeze is much quicker in those. But I think we're gonna try something. Okay, so I have quite a few lettuce options that I can choose from, and let's see if we can make it so nothing blows away. Okay, let's see if I have a better picture of this one. I found the cutest lettuce ball heads. They're called tennis ball lettuce. To me, it looks kind of like just a small butter lettuce, or it definitely looks more, yeah, butterhead than it does icebergs. So I am gonna grow some of these. I've been super excited. I think I got these these seeds. These were packed for 2020, and they just never got into my garden, and that is a darn shame. So we're gonna grow a whole row of this. I can't reach all my other containers. They're all over here. Okay, so they come out like this big. How can you not? Next, I want to do some leaf lettuce, just for cut and come again. Now that mini butterball lettuce, I'll take as I had once it comes. So I need a row or two, probably two, of a leaf lettuce. I'm not ready to break into my Salanova from Johnny's. I like to use that as a row crop, so that is not going to see its day right now. And apparently I don't have a lot of leaf lettuce. That does not make sense. Never mind. I have a whole mother that literally says cut lettuce. I knew it was somewhere. Okay, so let's pack this guy up. These are obviously, or maybe not obvious, but they're not a new find to seed collectors and gardeners alike. They've been around a little while. But boy, when I started, I did not know how many I would have. And the reason is, well, one, I'm blessed and have a ton of seeds. On the other hand, I haven't decided still how I want to organize them. I think I'm much closer than I ever have been, mainly because when Michaels had their sale on these photo cases, because that's what they're called, I'll link them below. When Michaels had their sale on them, I think I bought 6 more, because they take them from like, I don't know, 40 bucks a piece down to 10 bucks a piece, and they're the best organization. And when my seeds are more organized, I'm more apt to plant them and on time and not forget about them. So we're all spread out. Maybe I'll do a seed haul at some point. We can talk about some of my favorite varieties, kind of like we're doing here. Okay, so I have Marvel of 4 Seasons, and then I also have one thing I really like about Botanical Interest is they always give you a free pack. I know a few different seed providers do. Baker Creek does, and don't quote me, but I think My Gardener just started doing it recently, within the last year. So that's great. Botanical Interest gave a cut lettuce mix. So I think we're gonna do this and get a little bit of this Marvel of 4 Seasons in here. And we'll probably do 2 rows of this. It's just Mike and I, but I wanna make sure we have enough greens to start getting salads back into our diet frequently. With moving and everything, not having our solar set up yet, minimal refrigeration. We do have a freezer that is well cared for, but it's harder to keep greens without them going bad. So I would love to have enough that we could just go to town. Giant salads. They sound super refreshing. And I don't know if it's because it's so spring-like here. I mean, I'm in a hoodie, well, in a skirt. I had a job interview earlier, and I couldn't wait to get my hands in the dirt now that it's thawed. So I had a t-shirt on earlier. The breeze was just picking up and it was kind of chilly, but I mean, look at the sky. Blue, minimal clouds. The sun is shining on my face. I probably could have picked better lighting for this, but it's where you guys fit best, where you could see me and what I was doing. So 2 rows of this cut lettuce, I think, is what's gonna happen. All right, so I have two levels left. And I'm also running out of things that I could potentially put in here. I haven't seen if anyone's tried. I mean, I got 2 levels. Maybe I'll gamble on a couple of these just to see if I can try fitting some larger options. You know, not everyone has the space to grow in the ground, which is why Greenstalk is a phenomenal option. It's vertical growing. You can see, which I'll show you at the end once I stack them, but you can see these guys are all on the ground right now, but they stack 5 to each stalk, and it makes its footprint, what are these, about 1.5 feet wide. So think of it like a 2-foot footprint, and how many varieties I'm able to fit. Granted, I have 2, so 4 feet. How many varieties I'm able to fit in that space. And that makes a huge difference when you don't have the space like we're so blessed to have. Okay, I think we're gonna try, no, I really wanna try to put a cabbage in it, and I'm just curious if it'll just be like massive hanging out the side of it. If I put it in the bottom layer, I think I could like give it some support once it got going. What do you think? Should we do it? Okay. I don't know if I have one that grows just a bit smaller. Quick to mature cabbage heads are 6 to 8 inch in diameter, 3 to 4 pounds. Found it. Okay. This is the Copenhagen Market cabbage. My skirt is not working with us today. Okay, the Copenhagen Market cabbage. And this packet is Botanical Interest. And it says 3 to 4 pounds, tightly wrapped. Perfect for small gardens. And like I said, it's a small garden. So I think we're going to give some cabbage a go. Mike and I actually like cabbage a lot. We use it more often as like where you'd use like a lettuce topper. So on burgers and tacos and whatnot. We like the extra crunch that cabbage gives. So that is what we do. And we actually more often do like a red acre cabbage. And so maybe maybe I'll try, maybe not, because yeah, okay, we'll save these for ground. These are 100-day maturity. These are 65, so I think we'll stick with Copenhagen. And like I said, I'm gonna do the bottom tier and see if I can get it to withstand a couple heads, maybe 3. Yeah, but now the thing is, I could put 3 heads in this. I don't know if that'll limit my ability to grow in the other 3 protrusions. You know, because this is gonna go larger and the leaves on cabbage grow out and wide. I may have to commit to this, or because this takes, I have an idea. Because this takes 65 days for maturity, it says 65 to 80 days for maturity. Let's put something in between it that's so much shorter, so I can get a harvest on it in the next, 2 months prior to, or I guess month and a half, prior to these coming to full fruition. I think that's a good idea. So maybe I will, okay, it's the first month of the year. I'm wondering if I could kind of make it to where, like, if I were to have started something to transplant, whether it be another brassica or a lettuce that I could take out of those spots once the cabbage got too big and was really shading out the other pockets, I can pull out the plant that's in there and be in a much better spot to put them in the ground somewhere. So guys, I can't choose. I don't know. Maybe I will add some extra spinach around there, or maybe some choy if this wind blows away all my organization. I'm gonna go back to being a sad gardener. Okay, we'll tuck those in the soil. What do you think? Let me know what you think I should put in between that I could potentially transplant out, or if you think I should just toss some more like leaf lettuce in and use it as cut and come again until this takes over. Granted, I could also transplant out the seedlings or the small lettuce plants too. So anything's an option. I don't know what the best option is. Let me know. And we'll go from there. And I think that's what I'm going to do to the bottom tier. So I'll have 2 cabbage tiers along with whatever you think I should be putting in the middle. I have 2 cut lettuce tiers. I have 1 of the tennis ball lettuce, the more ball type lettuce. I have 1 tier that's going to have some sprouting broccoli in it. 1 tier with chard and kale. I have a pak choy and bok choy all in 1 level, a spinach level, and some arugula. The arugula is going to be a little more of a gamble, but I got space and time, so I won't know until I give it a go. Okay, I can't reach where this needs to go. So having a Greenstalk, like I said, is a phenomenal option for space saving. And while we're still developing the land around, waiting for things to dry up to actually get some soil in here, working with minimal equipment, once I do get these things in place and I can get the soil in and I can start moving it around, I mean, it's going to be sun up to sundown working and putting, tons of beds in, just so I can make sure I have my season this year. We still have like all my cattle panels, are way at the end of our easement that we haven't been able to get back here. So it's been a learning experience, but we're gonna make it work. And I'm gonna be real surprised come June when I'm sitting there enjoying the garden that I wasn't sure if it was gonna come. And I'm gonna be like, who was I to think that? Of course it's gonna come. So, all right, let's go ahead and get these Greenstalk stacked so you can see how they work. They have this awesome watering system worked into them. Granted, Greenstalk, I need more watering discs. In my move, I seem to have misplaced all but 3. And what? I need 4 each, so I'm missing 5. I don't know how. But I do have my top tier that actually starts watering. I'll show you in a minute. Let's go ahead and get these stood up. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack one of the green stalks so the 5 tiers high. And then we're going to get them heavily watered first. It'll probably be a good hour or 2, maybe 3. When I gotta see what time it is. I got somewhere to go. Okay, so it might be later this afternoon that I actually get the seeds in. Well, let's go ahead and get it stacked and show you how the watering system works. Okay, I'm not late yet, so we're good. I have about, oh goodness, what time am I gonna have to leave? 1:50. I got about 20 minutes. Okay, let's get this done. Watering system. Now, I fibbed earlier. I said I only had 3. I seem to have 4. I have 4, so I only need it for 1 stack. And I don't know where they are. This is part of their watering system. So these discs they fit over, I'll get you close in a second. Well, here we go. The second is now. Okay. So they fit over this that is in between each, or in the center of each level. They fit right over here, just like this. And then it's going to be easier to see in this clean one. There is, okay. So, let's see. You can see the tiny holes that circle this disc, and this helps water to go. You can water from the top and it waters straight down. Therefore, every outlet, I don't know what we're going to call these. Every leaf, I said protrusion, but honestly, I don't like that term. Each of the pockets, we'll go with pockets here in the Greenstalk, will get its own watering hole. So like I said, that just sits right on there. And once I get it stacked, I'll show you the top piece. So let's go ahead. So they alternate, they kind of sit on each other, and that's what helps them stack. They stagger. Yeah, it probably would have been great for me to clean these, sanitize them, all the things, but my farm thrives on neglect. Okay. Disc. Oh, that sun feels so nice. And number 5. Okay, we're at the top. It stands, I'm about 5'6"-ish, so I don't know, it's like a foot shorter than me. maybe. So a few things you want to remember. It's vertical, right? So its center of gravity isn't always the best. Make sure you're on a really flat area so that way you limit your chances of your tower falling over, because that's so sad. If it were to happen, take the time and sift through the soil, find your seedlings. Seedlings are tough as nails. Plants, baby plants, tough as nails. Replant them, don't give up on them. That's an ode to seed starting too. So every year I hear stories of how a dog ran into their seed starting rack, or they knocked it over, or what have you, and all those seedlings are on the ground, and they sweep them up and just toss them, you know, compost or something. And it breaks my heart, because all they had to do was dig through there, whether they saved 100% of them, or heck, if you saved 50% of them, it's still a save. And honestly, you're gonna save more than 50. That is my opinion. Okay, this is the top section of the Greenstalk planter, and it has in here, you know, Greenstalk, I'm gonna have to chat, I gotta research. I don't know why we have these lines here. Everyone see Oakley? Oakley, hello. Okay, varying lines here. So you see me anxious because I'm not on like the most level area. This isn't going to be where it lives, but it's the best place and the most beautiful background to finish this video. Okay, so not sure the lines. It'll obviously show how much water you're putting in here. This is the top. You put your water in here. It also has the same center hole, as well as, you can see them on the bottom a little better, the 6 holes that go all the way around that feed to each of the pockets on each level. So your water goes in here, it trickles down, waters your whole planter. These things are incredible. I'm super envious of the new color that came out, if I'm being a little vain and honest. Green is my favorite color, but beautiful, don't get me wrong. I'm more of an army green gal, and if you see our house, you get it. It's army green, and it's got this beautiful forest green color, and I want them. Either I'll find someone to trade, or I will succumb and get them eventually. But now's not the time, because we got a lot of things to get done here, and these are beautiful and work perfect, and happy as heck with them. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. I gotta find some water, so give me a minute. Okay. So we don't have our water system set up yet, and therefore I gotta get creative, but I just remembered I washed my hands in this tote, like feed trough tote, that is gonna soon be our shower basin, and because there's fresh water in it from the rain last night, and I just washed soil into it from getting all the soil into these planters, and therefore it's like with like. I'm gonna bring it over here and just lift and dump. It's gonna look weird because I don't have a watering can or anywhere to fill one. Here we go. This is not the lightest endeavor, but it's gonna work. All right. Oakley, don't watch, you could just help. All right. Ah! this out. Hi. We can see the water working its way down. And we'll start to be able to see it trickle. You can see the soil's already wet here. And it's gonna, oh, here it goes. I can see it trickle there. Let's see if we can focus this. Coming out there. And we work our way all the way down. Push it down. This is obviously gonna need more water, but the water is working its way down through the levels. And like I said, I'm gonna leave it like this while I run to my appointment. And then when we get back, we're gonna make sure all my soil has enough moisture in it and start planting out our seeds. All right. So it's day 2 of garden stock planting, and it's officially time to put seeds in. They have enough water for now, and then once I get the seeds in, I will give them a good drink. Now you have to remember when planting your seeds, especially in this much soil, you have to have really good moisture to soil to seed contact to get good germination rates. Meaning I'm just gonna have to make sure my top layer stays moist the whole time. So, all right, we're gonna start planting. All right, so first up is slow bolt arugula, and I am gonna do a whole level of this. So here are my seeds. See if I can get them all in one spot. Okay. So a good rule of thumb is to plant your seeds twice as deep as they are wide. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a couple in here pretty close to the top level and just work them down slightly. If your seeds are planted too deep, they won't have the strength to break the soil surface. They're not getting the sun they need once they do germinate, and they'll be pretty darn sad. So just low enough to have good soil to moisture content. I'm not truly concerned about spacing here because I can always move them once they germinate. It might stunt them a little bit, but it won't stunt them bad. I don't have much left, so we're just gonna sprinkle it all in. So level 1 of arugula is done. Huh? Yeah. All right. So I have a spinach level to do, a tatsoi level to do, tatsoi, and then the rest of my choy are going in there, which I seem to have misplaced one. Oh no, maybe I did decide to just to do the green. Okay, so I have purple and green, purple bok, green pak, and then the tatsoi. And then I'm gonna do my kale and chard level, lettuce head level, I think two cabbage levels, and definitely 2 cut lettuce levels, and then the broccoli. So here is what we're gonna be working with. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get all this sown, and then we'll check back once I have finished that. All 10 levels are planted out now. I do have them on the ground because we're gonna potentially get some high winds tonight. And I haven't decided how I want to anchor them yet or exactly where they're going. But at least they're sown. So here is one set. And then we can come over here and find my other set, all sown out. All right, so hopefully in the next 2 weeks we'll have lots of different sprouts and things to check on. So I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you later. Bye.